Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got a haircut. Oh! Wow. Look at this. Look at this head. Look at that head. Look at what the zoom did. You can see features in the antenna. Do you guys know the reference I'm making? If you don't, I need you to Google, look at that horse. It's the most fantastic, perfect YouTube video of all time. Alright. Haircut hype, that's right. Ooh. Oh. Yes. Oh, there's just so little of it. It's so sexual. Look at that horse. Now, the one downside to my head is that you can see, like, you see this. It's not even really like a widow's peak. It's just like where the volcano hasn't let the trees grow in anymore, you know? Like, for any of you who don't know, I am totally 100% intending, and I think that I'm actually going to commit to it this year, at the end of the year, as a little Christmas present to myself, as a monument to vanity. I'm going to get a hair transplant. I'm going to get a hair transplant, which for any of you who don't know how a hair transplant works, what happens is, they take the scalp of a recently deceased person and they replace your scalp with that one. They just transplant it right over. So I'm really hoping that someone with a full head of just succulent, lush, vibrant hair dies and that they're an organ donor, because I really want that scalp. That's how the hair transplant works, I think. Not 100% sure on it, but let's talk about what we're going to do today, huh? Oh, some of these decks. God, I'm still so devastated by this, man. Still so devastated by this. Why not, man? Let's play this. Let's play this nonsense ranked. Sneaking Teekins! And thanks for playing the deck I submitted yesterday. I wasn't able to watch live, but I checked it out after work and loved it. Yes. Let's actually try to make this fucker work. For any of you who don't know, this is an extremely abstract combo. Zafia, not just with 69 months, but with 5 gifted Subaronis. God, this is just a weird-looking opening hand, isn't it? Not even sure what to do with it. All right. We might just make it through a single game of this. By the way, I hope many of you enjoyed yesterday's What the Deck episode. What the Deck was a lot of fun. I'm going to tweet out the YouTube link a little bit later. Let me actually just tweet that I'm live right now. That seems like a responsible thing. We are currently live with some casual, some lighthearted flattering in MTGA. 7 hours of grinding to meander our way upward and onward on the ladder. What is it, 6 hours? Gonna go ahead and not block this. We're gonna have a pretty substantial amount of pain incoming, but you know, I think it's alright. It's bugling time. Alright, so we don't yet have the combo pieces that we need to fully win. Have we figured out the combo? We figured out the combo, but we just misclickeronied yesterday. I gotta stop this deck, otherwise people are just gonna get confused. I mean, this guy's gonna keep bonking. These are gonna... Milling is gonna be the way that we win this, huh? I'm done with this deck after this, man. Fuck this shit. Swaboo is asking, will the guess always be Kibler and Nox? Do you plan on adding anything for this very first run of Ruha on this Deckaroni? Yes. Let's go ahead and get out of this game and play something better. Alright. What's a good deck? I'm in the mood for something successful and strong and excellent. I'm really kind of a fan of Esper Midrange. Do you guys know the Esper Midrange deck? It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Let me just snatch up this list. Right, here we go. Let's decks. Esper Midrange. Let's see if I have the cards for it. Missing Sorin. I have 24 rares. I can craft these and enter the God Eternals. Perfect. Alright. Alright, so let's take a peek at this deck. So this is a mid-range Esper deck. I really like this deck a lot. This is really fun. Holy shit, MP King, happy 92-month anniversary. 92 months. 2020 will bring you to the golden 100-month anniversary. I'm going to actually ask Twitch if there's maybe a way to get a 100-month sub icon. 100-month. This is going to be the first channel in all of Twitch with a 100-month sub. We're going to go insane. It's going to be so good. 92. Jesus. So this deck is it's a mid-range deck, and it works as follows. We have some basic cards. Hero of Precinct One, and then a whole bunch of gold stuff. In terms of other turn 2 plays, we have also 4 Thought Erasures. Very easy to just run this out, very flexible. Tyrant Scorn is a pretty nice, flexible removal. Just a 3 mana, 3 cost or less. Really love, this is a feature of black as a color. Black has a lot of destroy things that are 3 mana or less. You know, like Ritual of Soot, Vraska, Tyrant Scorn now. Just nice to have the 2 mana, kill a thing, get it out of the way, and it's instant speed, so nice. But then there's this nice spread of very flexible face smushers. Deputy of Detention is a little bit of removal. Thief of Sanity as a little flapper to whack away at, getting the usual value. Mortify is a removal spell. But there's also Teferi Time Raveler, which is really nice for grinding out against other control decks. Right? If I play Teferi Time Raveler, my opponent can't cast counterspells. Really, really nice. Seraph of Scales is just a super efficient beater. Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord. Now this is a really interesting one. Look at the +2 is interesting, but not that significant. It's Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. So Sorin basically pings for 1 and heals for 1. Because you'll see the passive as long as it's your turn. Creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. So great, right, cool, pretty straightforward. But it's that -X return target creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. And that creature is also a vampire. Like, Sorin is really nice at just recurring the truly obnoxious threats in this set. And I really like the other pieces to round this out. In particular, Enter the God Eternals I'm a big fan of. We have a lot of counters for control matchups. Unmoored Ego, because someone was hurt by Nexus when constructing this deck. Another Enter the God Eternals. This is a very nice control counter. Liliana Dreadhorde General is a thing that you'd bring in also in long control matchups. Same with Duress. Let's give this pupper a shot. And can I say, I have to eat lunch. I have my lunch right here, and I just don't want to eat. I just don't want to eat. I'm just tired of porking stuff down all the time. Tired of it. I guess this is a mediocre hand. We have a turn 2 play. A turn 4 play is nice to have. And we have a response in case we're against aggro, but it seems fine. Am I doing baked chicken today? We have pre-cooked and then microwaved chicken, which I love. I love it, man. Chicken's chicken. I'm no chef. I don't have a refined palate. Hell yeah. I'm actually not sure what to take here. Probably this. Oh, fuck yeah. That's great. Out you go. Seraph of Scale's gonna just do nicely for us. Don't you think? Make sure I have double blackout. Feels good. Sorcery speed, blow a thing up. I'll sacrifice this creature. One thing that's really notable about Enter the God Eternals. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. We do that to us quite a lot. We put our own cards in our graveyard because remember, we have a Sorin. And Sorin lets us return creatures from the graveyard. So filling our graveyard up with valuable creatures as a result of Enter the God Eternals is very effective. Bye, Brian. We're going to go ahead and plus Sorin here. Because then I can -4 to return the 4-cost Seraph of Scales back to the battlefield, and that's pretty good. For whatever reason, I think that, I think something's busted with all of extensions. Anyone noticing that everything with extensions is busted? Everything seems super busted. I don't have, like, I'm talking about just now. Like, it was working, like, 3 minutes ago. And, like, none of my extensions are on. That's freaking weird. Alright, so we have to sideboard against a Grixis deck. What are some of the things that we're not going to need? I think that maybe Tyrant's Scorn we won't need. I think that Mortify's probably also no. Definitely we don't want Enter the God Eternals. Despark, this is pretty nice. Andren says, you're right, no streams extensions are working. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. So extensions seem to be busted across the board on Twitch, almost certainly temporarily. So, I mean, I'm going to do really basic cuts for now. We're going to put in this because we're against a control deck. Dovin's Veto seems very strong because we're up against a control deck. Liliana seems very strong because we're up against a control deck. And Vraska's or Despark. I think I'm going to go with Despark because it's like a cheaper Vraska's. I feel like maybe we don't need this many Sorins. Kind of want another Despark in there. 3 Sorins does kind of feel like a lot, but it is, you know, my first time playing with this deck. I like Despark a lot. Is the combo over? We're still going. We have like thousands of mana. Now this is a good looking hand, man. This is a good looking hand. Probably play Teferi first, actually. Oh! Oh, my deck is so grody. Play this because it will enter play tapped. Then we can just take a peek.
Isn't a fight you can win. Trust me, I have a plan. That didn't go according to plan.
We're very obviously trying to get Thief of Sanity and Dovin's Veto out. Never mind. We're trying to run our opponent out of removal before playing the card that gets us enormous value consecutively over time. This is the all-star in this matchup, right? Seems pretty good. Ain't no lie. Baby, bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye. Kevin Watt 27 says, thanks for explaining that Nexus is often just draw a card, play a land card, and doesn't need to be immediately countered. Oh! I stomped the Nexus deck the other day because of that advice by hoarding counters for when it mattered. Hell yeah, Kevin Watt. Hell yeah. I found that, oh my god, I'm the luckiest boy in the world. Yeah, I found that to be super helpful the first time it was said to me.
Hurry!
I'm just ditching that land due to the fact that there's a reasonable probability our opponent runs some combination of basic nickel boluses that would force us to discard. What a draw. I will hold on to this because there's some spells that our opponent would not be able to cast when drawn. For instance, a counter spell. Fuck. I am going to do this now. Maybe I should have done it earlier. Oh, why didn't I +3 Teferi? Do I need a target with Teferi? I think I maybe just misunderstood how this card worked. Oh, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, enchantment. Yep, that's my bad. I just misread that. I thought that I had to have a target, and since I didn't have a target, nothing would happen. So that's actually really great. Oh, looks like we're on the losing end of this one. Did I mention it looks like we're on the losing end of this one? Yeah, I actually think that maybe that simple minus was like the big bad turn. Interesting. This is sort of like a more mid-rangey Grixis deck. I have to chump here, because if I don't, I go to 4, and then I can't block this, so I'm dead next turn. I'm just going to get out of here. What do I think about what I have here? Our Desparks would have been just fine there. Dovin's Veto, I think, is good. What do I think about Deputy of Detention? Well, actually, what do we think about Deputy of Detention in this matchup? I think I don't want this as much as I want the Vraska's Contempt. Is that too greedy? I think maybe it's fine. Did Uniden ever get ID'd? Now, there's a question for the ages. Did Uniden ever get ID'd? Here's an interesting fact. For a long time, I went to... This is mostly good. If I draw a land... nah, I should probably mulligan, shouldn't I? Because this is basically a 5-card hand. These 2 cards are kind of irrelevant. Let's go ahead and chuck it back. That's a better hand. That's a better hand. That's a better hand. That's a better hand. Holy shit, that's a better hand. Get out of here. A lot of the basis for my evaluation of the mulligan there was the fact that, boy, I'm lucky. A lot of my basis for the evaluation there is, this is a mid-range deck. It wants to play threats and protect threats. That's what it wants to do. That is its modus operandi. That's a bit of a painful one. But hopefully we can draw a counter spell. Not going to cast Duress first. Want to see what we get first. Probably the Nicol Bolas, right? This is a very nice 2-for-1. Oh yeah, interesting unit in fact. I have had enormous numbers of people tell me that they're Uniden. Like, it used to be like 1 in StarCraft, and it could be like, I want to know, I'm Uniden. And you know what I did? Every single time I went, no way, it's so cool to meet you. The first one that happened, I was like, no way. And the second time someone said that, my brain just saved my ass. My brain just went, wow, no way. Because it's really shitty to go, no, you're fucking not. Maybe the kid's lying. Maybe the kid's just like, you know, totally full of shit. You know what? Let him be full of shit. This is his moment. Wow, this is a greedy little deck, ain't it? This is probably the best option. By the way, important note here. This says look at the top 3 cards of that player's library, exile them face down, then put the rest into the graveyard. You may look at and cast that card anytime it remains in exile. Cast is different than play. You play land, but you don't cast land. So in other words, if I chose land and exiled it, I would not be able to cast it, because you can't cast land. Casting land is not something that you do. Isn't that weird? I also want to answer this question from NoClick. NoClick said, what's the best advice for building cards in MTG Arena, specifically rares as shock lands? I would say rares are always your most valuable wild cards when you're building a collection, because you need all the dual lands for a lot of successful decks. And so you're going to spend all your rares on that. So what I would recommend is just pick 1 or 2 colors and focus just on making those your core rare building, and make sure they're colors that you find really fun, and just try to get like some combination of them, like the green-red lands and the green-white lands, but maybe not the red-white lands, not these pairs, just like have an overlap of 1. And then I would actually be willing to just concede that you will probably just be playing those 2 colors with most of your wild cards for a little bit of time. Fantastic question from DGiggles09. Says, what would you do in this situation? I have a coworker who doesn't follow our dress regulations, collared shirt and jeans, so I called him out on it. He responded to me, you're not my boss. Wow, what a fucking prick. Well, DGiggles, there's a couple of things going on here. First of all, I'm going to work under the assumption, since I have some limited information. I would say that let's assume that you and your coworkers are equals, right? You are just identically statist. It actually isn't your job to police that person. It should be whoever's job it is to police that person, to police that person. Now, there are ways to poke at someone that I feel like is appropriate. For instance, hey man, I want to let you know, I've been seeing you not in dress code lately, and that could, I'm just letting you know, because like, the boss has been on our ass about it. You're trying to provide an early warning system. Now, if it's different than that, come on, Blackland one time. Blackland one time. If you are frustrated at that person because you have to wear the dress code, and you are annoyed at wearing the dress code, and you're frustrated at them because they're not doing it, that's actually not a problem with them. It's a problem with you. And I don't mean problem as in you need to feel bad about it. Oh, you need to feel shame. What I mean is that it's something going on in here, and the good news is, since it's something going on in here, we can fix it, right? You can control that. Like, if you are getting frustrated because someone else is not in the dress code, this allows you to look back and reflect and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm really frustrated at the fact that I spend all this effort abiding by the rules, and other people don't, and I feel like nothing happens. The best player here. And you know, D-Giggle is actually typing more information that implies that this direction that we're going in is not actually relevant, but I'll still finish the thought. You know, in that sort of circumstance, you should say, like, yeah, why does that frustrate me? And is it that, you know, maybe you go to your boss, you're like, hey, I want to let you know I've been seeing a lot of people not do the dress code, which is fine. You know, I totally recognize that, you know, dress codes are not meant to be followed like super letter of the law. I understand that, but I've been doing it a lot, and I just wanted to get some clarification because, frankly, I kind of want to dress more casually. That's the main reason I'm asking it. Ah, see, look at that. Your boss recognizes that you're not trying to just, like, shit on Brian. You're just trying to dress your own thing. You're making it about you. Because if you make things about you, and you try to solve problems for you, then you're being a healthy person. If you're just trying to make other people do other things, you're trying to control other people to ease your own frustrations, that's bad. That's the thing you want to avoid. And when I say that's bad, I mean that will both be hurtful to them, but it'll be really hurtful to you because you're not letting yourself be happy unless you are able to control other people, and you can never control other people because they're other people. But D-Giggles responded saying, no, it was just an early warning, just trying to let them know and trying to keep HR from coming down my team's throat. Yeah. Yeah, in that case... In that case, I mean, it sounds like your buddy's a prick, and, you know, like, I think there's nothing wrong with just approaching your buddy at work and being like, hey, man, I just wanted to briefly talk to you about, you know, yesterday. I know you were like, hey, you know, I'm not your boss, and I'm not. I totally get that. But, you know, I was just saying because I've been getting some pressure. I've been having some concerns about this. Just wanted to let you know. That's an alternative. Another one is just to literally go to the person above you, be like, hey, I wanted to let you know there's some people who are some of my coworkers who are, like, having dress code issues. I don't know. Actually, that does sound kind of weird, doesn't it? Actually, okay, so here's a possible thing you could do. You could go to supervisor, and you could not call out any names. And again, you could do it from your perspective. You could say, hey, I want to talk to you about something. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. Be gone. Seriously, be gone. Get out of here.
Let's do this again.
You could go to someone above you and say, hey, I want to talk to you about something that, like, I've been having some I had a confrontation with someone recently about, you know, dress code, and I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble, you know. I'm not here because I'm, like, mad about X, Y, Z. You know, you efficiently and effectively clarify that you're there to just figure out what to do in this situation. I think this is better than Thought Erasuring or Mortifying the thing, because next turn I can do both of those. And just say, this is the situation I'm in. I would just love some advice. Like, if this happens, should I just not do this in the future? Should I What would you do? I just don't want to. Obviously, I think the rules are there for a reason, and I kind of want to be respectful of them. But also, the rules are there to help us be productive at work, and I worry that maybe I'm disrupting. You know, something like that. Because I distinctly remember I had a group project, and I was happy with how I handled the situation. I had a group project where literally these fucking people would not show up. They would not show up to meetings, to anything, man. They was just like completely absent AF. God, I'm the luckiest boy in the world. We had to like write an essay together. Nobody's writing their fucking essays. Like, I just can't get a hold of anybody, man. And so what I did is I went to the professor and I just said, hey, I want to talk to you about the situation I'm having. So, you know, our thing is... Whoops, I didn't give it vigilance. Our thing is due pretty soon. And I'm having a really hard time getting a hold of some of my team members. And I'm not here to try to get them in trouble. I'm not here to just, like, point to anyone. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to drive the project towards completion is. Do you have any advice? You know, like... should and the professor was like, oh, that makes sense. You know what, just label each person's work, you know, in the essay, be like intro by Sean, and fill it in. Shall I, you say? Alright, we just 0 for 1. That feels positive. You know, just go ahead and label the work that each person did. And I was like, okay. So, never had to get anyone in trouble, and wound up getting a reasonable grade on the project. I actually think we all got a good grade, which annoyed me, because, like, these were labeled. So I wrote, like, 3 pages, right? I wrote a bunch of stuff. 3 pages is actually not that much, but, like... I wrote 3 pages worth of stuff, which was, you know, for, like, a 10-page paper. Sure, I'm doing, like, about my chunk. Some other girl wrote 2 pages. Some other guy wrote, like, 3 pages. And this other guy wrote, like, 5 sentences. And I was just like... I was like, oh, God. Let's see if we can peel a land here. I think that's the solution.
Trust me.
Send this guy back to See You Later Town.
Might be a bad idea.
But yeah, I mean, in these sorts of situations, the thing that I think made me happy with how I deal with it is that my goal and my actual expression of what I did was not to shit on other people and talk about how bad and not good they were and how good I was and how bad they were and how good I was. Or any of that nonsense. It was actually to do the project properly. Dovin's Veto seems like we don't need it, yeah. What do we think about Teferi Time Raveler? How does Teferi Time Raveler interact with the lady that says you may cast your creatures as though they had flash? I guess Teferi Time Raveler takes precedence over that. I think Teferi is actually not good in this matchup, you think? Huh? I really don't know about that change at all. So what I've just learned is that chat's informed me that, yeah, because if you may cast your spells as though they had flash, great, they have flash, but then we also have the Teferi restriction. You can only cast spells anytime you would cast a sorcery. So they still have flash and you can't cast it. So that makes sense. But is this a good cut? Because I cut 2 Teferis, and my logic is that I would rather remove threats than bounce threats, and my opponent was very creature heavy, so the ability to deny spells didn't seem particularly relevant. Maybe we cut all Teferi Time Revelers. So this is a bad opening hand because I cannot cast Thought Erasure. If I could, I would be very content with it. There we go. I think that's right. I think that's right. Sugik says, I just finished an interview and I was pretty upfront about being unqualified. Yet he hired me under the guise that I would take initiative and learn what I need to learn to get work done. Feeling a bit scared. Any advice? Oh, dude, let me tell you, you are going to absolutely fucking crush your job. That's great. Good for you for applying to something you felt like you were underqualified for, and congrats on getting it. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Yeah, of course you're going to learn what you need to do, man. And the phrase that I will state that I have always found very helpful is that your goal is not to be comfortable. It is not to not feel scared. That's not the point. You're not supposed to avoid those feelings. The important thing is to be comfortable with those uncomfortable emotions. That's the important thing. Just be comfortable with the uncomfortable emotions. Because what's going to happen is you're going to encounter a problem and you're not going to know what to do. Let's say you got a little intimidated. You now feel intimidated. You know what that means? Fucking nothing. So, it is uncomfortable, don't get me wrong, right? It's kind of like when you feel burning when you're like doing weightlifting. You can push through some burning, but eventually you're just going to become tired, right? You can push through the feeling of intimidation, the feeling of being scared, but you're going to get a little tired. And that's about that. This is the one I have to play to be able to cast Vraska's Contempt. So if you're intimidated and you have no clue what's going on, just go, alright, well, let's just keep going through it. After 20-30 minutes, you're still probably going to feel a little overwhelmed and intimidated. Just keep going at it. After another 30 minutes, you might still feel really intimidated and uncomfortable. After another hour, you might feel pretty intimidated and uncomfortable, but you're starting to understand it. After one more hour, you might be able to go, okay, I think I at least understand the problem a little bit. 3 hours have passed. That's one morning. It's time for lunch. Take a break. Alright. What happened? Nothing. It's great. Cool. Spend a morning trying to figure some shit out. And then, like, in the afternoon, again, spend another hour working at it. And you'll only feel truly confident at the very end once you're done. Do I really want to spend a Vraska's Contempt on this Frilled? I don't think I do, man. I'm gonna wait one more turn. This is kind of a bad draw. Yeah, man, never give up, never surrender. Hey, Jax9 just finished a bachelor's degree today. Happy bachelitude.
I didn't go through hell to lose to you.
Another Frilled.
I've seen puppies whine less than you.
I've seen puppies whine less than you. Alright. Pretty sure we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. I like this change. Just put in more damagey shit. That's a good looking hand. That's a good looking hand against a creature-based Bant deck. Yeah. Some of the 1/1s. Yeah. Wizard Lewin says, Dan, I just want to say thanks for making great content. I've watched you since you started streaming SC2, although mainly on YouTube. Finally able to catch a stream, so I subbed. Keep up the great work. Hey, thanks, Wizard. Welcome from YouTube to this fine locale of Twitch TV. You know what's crazy? This year will be the 10-year anniversary of Day 9 TV. The 10-year. 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. Washik says, hey Sean, 2 weeks ago I asked you about casting tips. It was a disaster, but mostly from production. I had fun. Got invited to another event, so thanks for your advice. Hell yeah, baby. If I recall correctly, you were driving a really far distance to do a Rocket League cast. Is that right, Washik? I am going to attack because I literally have a hand chock full of these things. Dragon says, hi Sean, see you on YouTube, stuck at work. Doing casts are a disaster. It's so fucking funny. Blaffling land. Weehaw! No, it was a college Hearthstone tournament. Ah, damn. I was close enough. Did you have to drive a long distance? Did I get any of the details right? Or am I conflating you with another person? Oh my god, can you imagine if I can just play Sorin? Sorin. Stormgrad Games is having a good 30-day project. That's great to hear. Yeah, any of you have a... Oh! Oh, wait, never mind. That's completely and totally fine. Oh my god, I panicked. Ding dong. Well... Actually, I could have swung because I have 3 blockers. Time wipe? Tim whip? This is going to get Frilled Mystic, by the way. But this is, as we say, no big deal. Phantom says, how's that fine? Did you not notice that you didn't have Attempt mana? You got it, Phantom Various. That's exactly what went down. Woo! So many tokens. I got like heck of tokens going on. Then I'm going to play Sorin and bring back that 4-coster from the dead. From the dead, damn dead. I am Vivian. I will give opportunities to all Vivians everywhere.
You fight like a city brat.
You fight like a city brat. Alright, well... Not enough mana to do anything I'm too threatened by. I think Sorin has to resolve here, because, I mean, this is obviously not enough mana to cast a Frilled Mystic. But I also don't think that there's any other counters that they'd run, like they wouldn't run a Quench. I wouldn't run a Quench. They would not run a Quench. Up to 1 target creature gains vigilance and reach. It makes sense. It is I, Dovin's Veto. All right. Holding. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about our chances this game. And it's like time wipe, and I'm like, and I'm like Pikachu face.
Strike now. Strike hard.
Dovin's firm. Nope. Hey, who watched What the Deck yesterday? How was that? I blacked out at the time. How was it? How'd the show look from your end? I can't tell if I liked the last one.
Beasts are much more reliable than humans.
Liked the last game, or didn't like the last game. Did I do it? Okay. It's a slick little play. It was so sleek. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Glad you chose it. Yeah, hope is the worst. So, what the deck going to be uploaded somewhere? It's up right now. Okay. Well, black mana. It's going to be really tight. Black mana.
You can still walk away.
It says Vigilance, Reach, and Double Strike. Great. Did it. I did it. That's why you run Basic Man. Basic Land, excuse me. That's why you run Basic Man. Esper Midrange. Marking the wins. Yeah, yeah. Hell yes. Dude, I'm eating lunch, but I gotta be honest. I'm just not in the mood to eat. I just don't want to eat. I'm tired of eating. You ever just don't... You just not want to eat? Like, I'm hungry. I want to eat. But I don't really want to eat. These mid-range hams look so good. There are times when it's just like, I don't want to eat anything. You can put my favorite food in front of me, and I don't want to eat it. Stop telling me to eat it. Don't make me eat it. Oh, this bastard. Okay. This is going to be an important one. Alright, let's take a peek. I want my opponent to know that I respect them very much. It's probably pretty important, huh? You know what would be awesome is if I could use Beam Splitter Mage's ability to like, shoot this thing, man. Oh, I'd love that. Alright, so the Beam Splitter... You know, I think that the 100% correct choice here is actually to just shoot the 10th District Legionnaire for a few reasons. First of all, Beam Splitter Mage gets so much value when there's 2 creatures out. And if this has some sort of indestructible response, then I'm screwed. So I just wanted to get that out of the way right now. We're a bit in the similar pickle as before, but none of these guys can grow in the way that the 10th District Legionnaire can. So we're going to run out the Seraph of Scale. Oratory Manifestation says, as someone who has and is still struggling with an eating disorder, eat when your body is hungry, dude. It's important. Dude, you are so spot on correct. I am, like, making myself eat today. Because I find that, like, especially if I've been having a stressful few days, which, like, last few days have actually been somewhat stressful. My sweet little Sheriff threw up. My perfect, darling baby cat threw up. And we were at the vet on Saturday, which getting to the vet was really stressful. Just getting to the vet. Our opponent messed up that ordering. That should have happened pre-combat because our opponent missed damage. Set the course. Make it happen. Oh, I never thought of running Chart of Course. That's actually really smart for this deck. Alright. Deals 4 damage to target creature and you gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Put my cards into my graveyard. Now, I don't think there's any sort of, like... Well, I guess dive down could occur. That would suck ass. Defiant Strike is super fun. I feel like I gotta start beating. So, again, we were at the vet on Saturday, which was a stressful thing as is. The night before, the day before What the Deck was just doing a lot of tech run-throughs, prepping, making sure that's good. You know, we want to be good. And then, Despy threw up in the middle of the night right before, like, the morning of What the Deck, so like 4 a.m. So anytime I hear the cat just be like, bleh, 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 I just immediately, like, spring out of bed and make sure the cat's okay. Like, I can be sound asleep. And I just, like, immediately run out as fast as I can. Kitties! Not my pukey baby cats! I just get so stressed. So I did What the Deck and was a little stressed. And last night, Sheriff threw up. So I called the vet this morning and be like, Sheriff has thrown up 3 times in the last month. And can I tell you something that actually makes me feel so guilty? So crazy guilty that it's like hard for me to say this out loud. Forgot to feed the cats last night. Forgot to feed him. So the current working thesis is... Sweet little baby girl. Didn't have food to eat. Got an acidic tummy and puked in the middle of the night. I feel like such a monster. Oh my god. Alright, I'm leaving these back to block. Well, that's good. There was no attack. I don't think I want to... Well, gosh, I don't know. So here's the thing. I have a lot of stuff in the graveyard that we can get with -X. Seraph of Scales would be really nice here. But I think I want to -X for 3. Try to keep Sorin alive.
Race the bloodlust.
I guess no attack. See, I would like both of these to be alive because then I have lifelink. Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord is really good. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I think keeping the Sorin alive was correct there because then all my shit has lifelink on my turn. Either way, let's get rid of Teferi, Time Raveler. That doesn't seem very good, especially with some hasties in there. Enter the God Eternal seems really good. Time Wipe seems pretty grand. What do I think about Dovin's Veto, huh? I think it's probably not as good as just the hard removal. Exile's a good way to get around stuff. These Desparks don't do anything. I think this is nice. Yeah, Dovin's Veto, it just feels so inefficient. Like 2 mana to stop 1 mana spells. Unmoored Ego named Feather. Yes! Power! Power! Almighty Bobinos. Thief of Sanity and Unmoored Ego might be my favorite cards in MTGA. Yeah, they're kind of... They have big impact. But the whole point of that long-ass story is just that, woo, yeesh! I just have had all this stuff that is... I'm going to call it mild stress. It's been mild stress for just a while. Then I don't sleep so well, and then like my appetite feels weird, and I'm like, I don't want to eat. I'm tired, I don't want to eat. Make myself eat, man. I'll force this body into health. Force it, man. That was bad. Alright, Watery Grave. I fucked up. Should have done the isolated Chiapple. So opponent doesn't really have a way to do stuff. This card's annoying. Yeah. Hey. Patrick Jaron says I'm Canadian, so I have kilometered stress. That's so awful amazing. So I think my plan is... Oh, Jesus. You know who's the best chump blocker in Magic the Gathering? Thief of Sanity. Patrick, you're so funny, man. Two Fish 2 says, how come Sean's sub badge is shorter than other subs? Patter Jam responds. Sean had low self-esteem the first couple of years. So funny. The real answer is like, fucking who knows. I'm doing this because I think it's important to speed up against this. Yeah, I have no idea why. I've never subscribed to myself. I think that at some point someone was like, people should be subs to their own channel, and they just flipped that switch and began counting from the day of the switch flip. And then that's the way it was. Samut Spront. Oh, I actually have a way to deal with this. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. What's in that bin? Like this, right? Boy, I sure wish I didn't accidentally play the wrong land, forcing me to shock myself for 2. So if I do this, and then do this, I can then do
my responsibility.
This.
I'm not ready for this quite yet.
I like this play a little more because I want to... I do really want Partial Pride to die. I do want Partial Pride to die faster. Great. Excellent. Fantastic. Good. Good. Gouda. Gouda. Alright, let's draw a card, see what we get.
For a break.
Cool. How do I do this? I guess just take it slow. Because here's the thing, I can shock in the Thief of Sanity, swing with this, then I have 2 blockers back, and then my opponent's dead next turn guaranteed. What could they draw that would cause us to lose the game? I think it's just this. I think this is it. And then I do some sort of swing with both next turn. Some such thing. Oh god, I could have Thief of Sanity, frozen here, end step, hit. Good.
Here to aid in the assault.
I'm here to... This is cool. This is like straight Jeskai aggro donkin. So this is going to get indestructible, I assume.
I believe in you, friend.
Alright, so this is the play that we have.
We need to move quickly.
Cool.
Scorn for you.
Yeah, this is really good. Oh, that's... I mean, that's just so good, dude. I mean, that is just so good. I mean, that is just so good. That is so good. That is... That's nasty, dude.
Is that Despy? Hello? Yeah, it's my cat. I love my cats. Despy, you're the best gray cat. Yeah, meow. Yeah, we just made another person explode. Yes, chew on the 4th book in the Dresden Files. Meow. Meow. Yeah, I'm like really happy to see you.
You know what I'm gonna do tonight? After I exercise, I didn't exercise this morning. I'm a chonker. I guess going first, got a Thief of Sanity. What could go wrong? After work, I'm just gonna clean. I'm just gonna clean, but I mean like deep clean. I'm gonna scrub floors and go to corners that are like, you know how it gets like darker in the corners, not because there's less light, but because there's more gunk. I'm gonna degunkify. Scrub all that. We're against Hayakawa 666 Yuki. Meow. Can I get a meow?
Hello. You're very good. You're very cute.
I don't know if you know this, but this cat's very good, very cute. Grungy says, when you play alone, not on stream, do you still narrate the game in the same way, just to your cats? If I have a friend over, absolutely. Like, I can't play games any differently now. Alright, let's just see what we get. Ding. Let's take a peek. I will take your breeding pool. Ha ha ha, your breeding pool is now mine. Seraph of Scales. I do find that, like, when I narrate, when I'm doing... I found that this is, like, a good... Come on. Come on up. Alright. Alright, I'll go down, I'll take you. I find that if I'm talking to myself, I'm more effective at doing things. Ah, shit. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? The heart wants what the heart wants.
Is much more malleable than people think.
Like, if I'm having trouble motivating myself to, like, clean, I'll be like, alright, let's go to the kitchen. Okay, first thing, open up the dishwasher. I do that shit, 100%. 100,000%. 1 million billion %. He's getting so many percents. Yikes, like, hey, Scoop. Alright. Yeah. Because that stays on top, our opponent just realized, so we would get to steal it. Why no swing with the 4-3? Ask JTS is me. I want to protect Teferi. Protect the Teferi. So I think that the lesson that I want to maybe claim is true is that when Teferi Time Raveler is here, we really want to be against control decks with it generally. Bing, bong, bing. So, like, we're not against control, so get the fuck out of here is, I think, what I'm at. So I think that we want to go big. I think Dovin's Veto is mediocre here. Don't you think? Even if there's a sweep the board, like we have Planeswalkers. We have other forms of, like, recursion and value. So I think we do want this pupper. I think we want our dilly-dally lily-lallianas. Time wipe, I think. Do we want Vraska's Contempt? What would we put in to get rid of Vraska's? I think that the Mortify and the Tyrant's Scorn are effective. Alright. I'm just gonna get some cat updates really fast because I love my girls so much. Hi, Despy. Things are going good with my girls. You having a good morning? Hi. God, I'm so happy you're my cat. We're gonna clean it so much today. It's gonna be so fun. Ah, Lord Viralax, out of nowhere, out of the blue, popping up from behind a bush, has just gifted 20 subs. Fine folks such as Hobologist, Carney Carnson, Guild Star Bobobson, Deathwine Seth, Crazy Lou. Welcome. Happy dad. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, when we were at the vet, Despy gets very scared at the vet. Come on. Come on. Despy gets very scared. And what she did is she climbed onto me and she just nestled herself back and she just, like, clung to me. And I was like, oh, that's right. It's Dad. I'm going to make sure everything's okay, sweetheart. Oh, my God. My darling little cat. Alright, Gideon probably hurts us a lot, right? So we're going to be up against the Knight of Malice. I'll get rid of the Gideon. Double Seraph of Scales feels very effective here, right? Dang, hexproof from white, eh? Alright, Teferi is just going to be kind of like a heal. Because what I've learned now is that if I'm -3, I can submit 0. We can't return this because it's hexproof from white.
I've got
Good to see you, friend. Another option was do nothing. Actually, do nothing was the corrector play, because then I could have mortified. Duh.
It's only a matter of time.
Never mind, I'm the best player here, man. Do. We should have waited for the Mortify, because we knew a History of Benalia was coming. So we could have done it. So playing Teferi Time Raveler was a big mistake. Hey, Lord Viralax, I just wanted to once again say thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Bing bong. Hope you're all having a good day. I'm in relatively high spirits. There's a lot of just life work stuff that I've been having to do, you know. I take cats to the vet. Paperwork. Some apartment stuff. So this, we can kill that. This will set us up nicely. So if we can take a peek here, obviously we're going to get rid of that one. These Knight of Malices are actually such a pain in the ass. I guess I'm looking for something like a Sorin or some shit. Like, how do I even kill these? I'm not going to block with these this turn, so may as well swing it on. Fuck!
It is good to see you, my friend. I will lend you my strength.
Maybe I should have spent the Scorn on those. Fucking hell. Alright. think I actually am legitimately dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here. Alright. So, I really think this is removal heavy time. Teferi, time Raveler. Get the hell out of here. Enter the God Eternals. Yes. Time wipe. Uh-huh. Vraska's Contempt. Yes, please. Be my guest. Dovin's Veto. Get the F.O. I don't think we need Liliana Dreadhorde General because I think our opponent's deck is actually quite fast. Is this Orzhov Knights? Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. It's a pretty cool one. Beowulf says, Dana, do you think you'll be doing any drafting in the future? It's so... My relationship with drafting is weird to me because, like, I used to only draft. And now I just adore Constructed. Oh my god, I love Constructed. I'm actually... I think what I... Oh, yes! I think what I'm actually going to do is start doing Dota every other Wednesday, so that way I just have more free days. You are the best camera guest anyone could ever ask for. That's my hand. Yeah. And that's your tail. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh. I love my cats. This is okay. We don't have anything in the graveyard. I love my cats. I love my cats, dude. I love my cats. So we want to play the Glacial Fortress because no turn 2 play is indicative of having a turn 3 play. Especially if it's a sort of curve-out deck. So given that we have something like a Gideon Black Blade...
Banish evil from this plane.
That is a beating. I'm gonna buy us a turn.
I believe in you. I will have revenge for House Markov. Vampirism is a useful
This is pretty nice.
trait.
This is pretty nice. God, Tyrant's Scorn is so tight. If you Vraska's Contempt this, I'm gonna be like Pikachu face. I will not yeet.
Gods bless us in our righteous cause. Share in my light. Time for a drink.
Time for a drink. Alright, what's gonna happen now? Is this going in here?
Darkness.
Probably this is going in here. Probably we let this resolve, right? We let this resolve, probably, maybe. I think no, because these two can be cast together on our next turn. And I don't think there's any white protection spells that would go in there. Okay, great.
My strength gave out.
God, this is a very nice card to draw. Especially with this hand. ATZL, is Thursday your pseudo day off? Wouldn't mind seeing you a bit before 7 p.m. Thursday is, it's mostly just like a work day. With a late evening show. Farts. God. I mean, like, I'm running these cards, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, God, they're so good. Do I mortify this? Mortifying this, I mean, that certainly feels pretty bad. See what Kemler does. I mean, I think I have to mortify this. Begin to build pressure. Interesting. Okay. think this is a boarding plan, or a sideboarding plan issue. I think maybe I should actually include the Lilianas. I think that the opponent's deck seems to have slowed down quite a bit. I think it slowed quite a lot. Balls.
Gideon Jura, at your service.
Get out of here. Killing a 1/1. Yeah. Sockman's, that's one of my favorite War of the Spark card to play around with. That's an interesting question. We can cast none of these spells, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan. That's better. I think this is a really nice keep. I would dare say call it a sneak. Simic Nexus, perhaps? Really? Oh, okay. I was like, what? You know, Feather is probably the one I've played the most with, but like I don't really like Feather that much as a card. It's not that it's a shitty card, but I actually don't care for it that much.
I would like to ask about any lunar anomalies you have. Let me aid your research.
Fucking Tamio. Tamio's insane. Tamio's like one of the best cards in all of War. I guess my favorite card might actually be Dreadhorde Invasion or Widespread Brutality. I really like those cards a lot. God, I'm so lucky. See if we can just exile all the Nexuses. Definitely thinking the Chemist's Insight should prevent our opponent from getting one of those. Oops, not you. Yes. We're kind of slow in this matchup.
This study is over.
This study is over. Pedram says Zerg cards. You got it, man. I miss Zerg. I really miss the Brood War days. I really miss it a lot. Because this is whenever you deal combat damage to a player. Got it. Well. Hi, my name is Sean. And I get there. God. When is the next Brood War Super Land with Tasteosis and Friends? Man, I don't know. I don't know. I never will know.
To test a new hypothesis with you.
Try to piece it together again. God, I love those guys. I'm excited. I'm actually in July. I'm probably gonna take a trip out and see my brother.
Never forgotten.
Probably gonna take a trip out and see my sweet brother. All right. Well. All right. Well. Guess what?
Through feud or feast, your blood will fly.
Die!
I abhor.
Subject is easily agitated.
Brood War is just the dopest ass game. It's just the dopest game, man. The whole history of Brood War. There's only a few games out there that just have that mystique and that mythos, man. Melee, Smash Melee is another game that my understanding of which is like similar to this. And here's what I mean. Like, Magic evolves in an explicit way. War of the Spark just came out. Tamio, Collector of Tales, didn't exist until War of the Spark. Now it comes out. Ba-boom! New shit's happening, right? It happens in a very... Here it is. Here is the new cards, so now you get to do new things. But in Brood War, it's like people just hadn't figured out thing X. People just hadn't figured it out. Alright, so far so good. Our opponent hasn't really found anything useful at this point.
To the library.
Whiffed on Wilderness Reclamation. Okay, there's another Nexus Fate. That's fine. We don't mind that much. Because the thing about, if we think about something like a, Rocket League. Rocket League's a really good example. This is a nice, new, modern, weird game. Nothing like it. There's no, like, genre of vehicular sports that's widely popular before then. Like, in a game like Rocket League, there is not the butterfly effect, where the decisions you make early in the game affect the decisions you make late in the game. There's not that sequence of things building upon each other. And there's a lot of games that have resets. Like Counter-Strike resets every round. And there's economy that changes. It kind of goes up and down. But the butterfly effect is much less pronounced in that. And is essentially absent in Rocket League. In fact, after a point is scored, that's the hard reset. You're just set to new positions. Done. Boom. Over.
Every story is an opportunity for new data.
But in Brood War, and pretty much any strategy game, Magic included, but because Brood War games are quite involved with all the decisions that you wind up making. Like, Magic games and StarCraft games have a kind of a similarity of how long they take. However, in this game, a lot of it is me going, StarCraft, it's like constant action, constant choices, constant decisions, shit like that. And so you just get this, like, cascade of stuff that winds up happening. And that cascade is fucking tight. And so, when for instance, Protoss players...
Stop interrupting me.
Gotcha.
Become too involved with my work.
What a mess I've made.
I think I just hang on to this. Because if I hang on to it, it's no longer in Jungle Difference's deck, so Jungle Difference's computations will come out incorrectly. If I cast Nexus of Fate, it then goes back to Jungle Difference's graveyard, and then Jungle Difference will be able to shuffle all of it back in. Makes it much, much, much harder to combo. Going down from 4 copies to 3 copies is substantial. Whiffy diffy. But yeah, like, in Brood War, there were very simple examples of this I can reference. People didn't know how to early expand. Protect the early expand. And make all that shit work. They just didn't know how to do it. It was like an unknown thing. So when players finally figured out how to defend it, it's not just, I'm now doing the same thing as before, but I have more money. It's suddenly like, we are in a new world. What is this? How does this world even work? If that's a chemist's insight, I'm gonna puke. Nice. Have a lot of confidence in our ability to pull this off, though. Nice.
Seek and find.
Nexus of Fate. Oh shit, we're gonna get Paraturn stacked. Alright, let me just hit this auto pass. God, I mean, I just love that so much. Like, I still remember, like, how influential it was when there was a Protoss player named Bisu. And the way that a lot of, in, like, the early 2000s, a lot of the way that Zerg vs. Protoss flowed in Brood War was that the Zerg player would generally be able to take 3 bases pretty quickly. And the Protoss player would be able to take 2 bases really quickly.
Aid your research.
And then the Protoss player would basically try to have some sort of timing attack, some sort of timing push, that would allow that player to start fucking with a 3-base Zerg. But, you know, one of the real problems of this, of like, I'm going to sit in 2 bases, build up a ground army, and move out. One of the problems that you'd have as a Protoss player is it felt like you were playing in the dark. It was 2 base in the dark going up against 3 base. The Zerg player could be building no units, could be building a ton of units, could be building air units, could be building ground units, could be taking a 4th. Like, you don't know. You just can't really see it. I'm not giving this up. Never give up. Never surrender. I still think it's plausible to win, by the way. It's only 12 cards? Wait, how the fuck did he get 12 cards in there? Oh, we're talking about Brood War. Whatever. You know, we're just gonna... I'm gonna let this run out and finish talking about it. Yeah, so Protoss will go 2 base versus the Zerg 3 base. And this player named Savior, who many consider possibly the greatest StarCraft 1 player of all time, who later was winning so much that he started to make more money by throwing his matches and betting against himself. And was actually convicted for match fixing as a result. So his entire legacy has been completely tarnished. And I was pissed as a kid, because Savior was someone I really looked up to. But Savior was really dominating the scene and really like pushing this 3-base Zerg to its limit, even going for 4-base really, really, really early. So what this player Bisu did is Bisu went for this combination of units, one air unit called a Corsair that people generally considered a kind of flimsy, shitty unit. It could only attack air units. And what if Zerg wasn't building air units? Well, you just attack the Zerg's overlords. So it's disruptive, but it doesn't really delete drones, which is the economy. It doesn't really delete units, which is what's hurting you. And then Bisu also built Dark Templar, another unit that people generally consider pretty bad against Zerg, because the Dark Templar is a unit that can kill workers in one shot. But if they are seen, if they are detected, there's a mechanic called detection. Units are invisible, or units that are invisible can only be seen with detection. Remember those overlords I was talking about? Zerg has like 12 to 15 overlords really early in the game. And overlords detect, so like, okay, well Zerg literally, as a basic function of playing, automatically has detection all the time. So the DTs will die really quickly, and you build these Corsairs that can kill overlords, but like, that's the only thing they're really guaranteed to be able to do.
The storied past holds.
And yeah, Corsairs can scout, but like, again, let's think about this. Corsairs are going to get maximum value only if the Zerg's building air units. DT's only going to get maximum value if you can kill off a lot of overlords, which there's no guarantee you can do, because, yeah, if you build Corsairs to kill the overlords, the Zerg has lots of anti-air early on. Lots and lots and lots and lots. So the way that people formerly were thinking about Protoss vs. Zerg is, okay, well, I can build like 1 Corsair, maybe 2, to pick off 1 or 2 overlords and get the scouting information. And that's when Protoss will completely abandon building Corsairs and go back to a ground army, because that's the logic, right? Protoss players go 2 base, and then, after going 2 base, then they go for an attack with a big ground army. Well, here's what Bisu did. Bisu didn't build just 1 or 2 Overlords. He built like didn't just build 1 or 2 Corsairs. He built like 6 to 10 Corsairs, like a shitload of Corsairs. And then he would build a lot of DTs. So I mean, he would be like suiciding in tons of Corsairs, murdering every single Overlord the Zerg player had. Suddenly production stopped, money started to balloon for the Zerg, and then there's Dark Templar just zipping around, killing off everything. Now let's think about this. Corsairs, an offensive unit. DTs, an offensive unit. All focused on harassing, picking shit off. You know what Bisu would do while this was happening? Take a third base faster than any other Protoss player would. So let's just think about how counterintuitive this is. A shitty air unit that doesn't do anything in the matchup, a shitty ground unit that doesn't do anything in a matchup, and taking a third base, which there's no way you can possibly defend, right? Wrong. Bisu created this strategy that was literally so multitask focused. He would be so good at killing off Overlords, running around, making Zerg have to respond. If Zerg tried to counterattack, all the DTs would kill all of the Zerg drones, and all the Corsairs would kill all the Zerg Overlords. Then BC just had to defend 1 attack. So, I mean, oh my gosh. I like how Nexus of Fate is about 1 lecture's worth of time. And so it was this revolutionary thing where suddenly Bisu did all these things that you're not supposed to do, but did them in conjunction in such a way that, like, the win rate used to be like 55% for Zerg against Protoss. It flipped to be like 56% Protoss wins against Zerg, because it was that fucking hard for Zergs to deal with. So we probably lost this game. Alright, what are we gonna do? Probably, I'm thinking, Tyrant Scorn probably doesn't seem that useful. Enter the God Eternals doesn't seem that useful. Teferi Time Raveler absolutely takes a big fat shit on this matchup, so that's great. We're going to hang on to that pupper. Going to run the Unmoored Ego. Exile target permanent with converted mana cost 4 or greater. Yes, please. Dovin's Veto seems pretty good. Duress seems pretty good. We need to make a little bit more room in here. Do we think Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord is good? I really don't think so. I don't think Sorin's going to be that effective here. Mortify is good for blowing up the enchantments. What do we trim here? Probably Deputy of Detention. Probably Deputy of Detention we don't need to run. Do we need to run a Vraska's Contempt? I'm going to also argue no. Maybe we could run one. Deputy of Detention is still effectively doing that, you know what I mean? Actually, I don't like either of these. I'm just going to fucking put the Vraska's Contempt in there. I kind of like the Deputy of Detention for redundancy, but we already have... Is it just 6 ways to remove enchantments? We have 6 ways to remove enchantments. Actually, no, this is good, because we have Teferi Time Raveler that can bounce the artifact/enchantment. I think we have a nice sideboarding plan. Deputy can take Wilderness. Yeah, we have 6 ways to delete Wilderness Reclamation, and multiple ways to bounce. Alright, well, we basically won. Like, if this sticks, there's just nothing that the enemy can do. Prowl Harpooner. I mean, it's looking pretty much like it's the search for Iskanta. Love that land, thank you. I mean, Teferi Time Reveler means that you just cannot cast Nexus of Fate on your turn. Or unless it's on your turn. Please play this, thank you. You know, I realize now how dumb that was. Completely forgot there was a Prowl Harpooner in there. That's so dumb.
Sorry I'm late. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Oh
for my
But I mean, finishing off that Brood War point. Also, boy, is it loud outside.
Here goes nothing.
I see the Krell Harpooner. I'm just gonna play around it.
All stories.
Let's go for also. Did Zerg's players find a way to adapt to that strategy and flip the win rate back? Basically, but it became more map-based. But for Zerg is quite an even matchup. Actually, what am I doing? No, it is closed. Jeez, that is the loudest thing outside. It's just so cool that when a player figures out a new technique or a new style, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's just, you know, a little bit of a different thing. Instead, it just is like completely different. Oh my god, it's so tight. I think I just play the Thief of Sanity. This is the better card to play.
Let's try this.
Chill, yeah. It's so cool to be in like a new world of possibility. I just love it. I love it. It's so cool, and I feel like Melee had a little bit of a history of that too, where, you know, over the years, people would, 5 years into playing a lot of competitive Melee, discover some new, weird, different way to do a thing. I wonder why this took a trip to the graveyard. Probably because our opponent can't cast stuff. I'm just going to quad block this. We're not going to win this by rushing down with value. That was to make sure that there was no weird play that Jungle Difference could do. But, you know, there'd be things where players would figure out some new funky-ass tech.
Will be excellent research.
And then all of a sudden, everyone's matchups are different, and people need to find a new box to play within. I think that's really, really, really cool. And I like that when the games have that done sort of accidentally, implicitly.
Let me aid your research.
I'm an idiot. There was no combat trick because of this thing. My bad. This card is tough for me to track. It was a tough card for me to track. Tough nut for me to crack. God Eternal Kefnet. God Eternal Kefnet's no problem. Alright. Let's see what we get, huh? Well, I'll take that Eternal Kefnet.
More data will be needed.
May as well.
I'll protect you.
I'll protect you. Oh, for some reason I thought I could return land. Damn. I thought I was just going to be able to bounce this now. Gentleman Cynic says, StarCraft had such a large problem space that the meta-changing events happened often for years. I haven't found another game where that happens without developer input. Like Magic adds new cards or MOBA adds new characters. You know, I will note there's one way. Hi, Despy. There's one way in which it does happen in Brood War, and that is the explicit changes that would happen with maps. Well, farts. See what we get. It's pretty tight. I mean, I'll take this. Play out God Eternal Kefnet. I think that's good. Yeah, StarCraft had a lot of map changes, which significantly informed what was and what was not possible. This is going to be able to blow up my wee lad, my other wee lad. It's pretty cute. One. There's two. It's only three, huh? Let's see what's in this library. There's Tamiyo's. There's another God Eternal Kefnet. Some Tamiyo's. Alright. Just those three, huh? Just those three. Go ahead and go to main phase. I'm going to plus this because if we did Unmoored Ego first, our opponent could, in response, shoot stuff. Alright. Kefnet. Alright, let's take a peek at that hand again. So there's one. There's Tamiyo's. Arboreal Grazer. So it's really, it's basically only Callous Dismissal that can save our opponent right now.
We will meet again.
So there's no real way for our opponent to win now, I think. I think there's no way to win. I mean, basically I think it's just get a Callous Dismissal. Bounce this. This is the only one. Our opponent doesn't know that we have this Murmuring Mystic, you know. Now this is awesome. Now this is awesome. I didn't see a counterspell on that list. We'll just bounce this, huh?
Right on schedule.
Return that one to the hand. We're gonna draw a card. I think Thief of Sanity is like a way more powerful option. Because if for some reason our opponent Callous Dismissals and bounces God Eternal Kefnet to their hand, and then they recast God Eternal Kefnet, I can Mortify that, and then like Thief of Sanity bonk in, I think. Yeah, So, this is an interesting question from Garmore. It says, I was asking around my local game store last night about Boros Feather and whether or not it functioned in a format with sideboarding encounters. Shop owner said a lot of people are finding success with it. There's a Jeskai list, but that route didn't look too strong when it was tried on this channel. I think that other people, like today we've already seen a Jeskai list that has Beam Splitter Mage and Chart a Course, which is like such an obviously good card to run, and I completely forgot about it. The problem with any Boros or a Feather Jeskai list is that you may only put in your deck 1 blue cost cards. So, for instance, Sinister Sabotage is 2 blue and 1. Essence Capture is 2 blue. Can't do those, 2 blue cost. But you could do something like Chart a Course, which is 1 and 1 blue. I think Chart a Course is a card that I completely overlooked that gives so much strength to that deck. And the reason you can only run things that have 1 blue is that you have to run double white with Feather. You have to do Feather. So if you're doing Feather, you know you're going to need double white. You know you're going to need red. You know you're going to need these things. I get to decide.
That's more like it.
Well, I did it. Alright, our opponent has 1 Crowl Harpooner to go. My god, I forgot that, like, there's the notion of ownership of elements on the stack. Go ahead and take the win condition, man. Tamio isn't out now? Yeah.
I'll keep up the pace.
My god, I've never heard anything as loud as outside my apartment right now. Ugh. Alright. Hi, Teferi, meet Teferi. Hello, I'm Teferi. Hello, I'm Teferi. Hello, I'm Teferi. Hello, I'm Teferi. There's going to be there has to be a very complex sequence of action for Jungle Difference to like make it work. Garmore, I think you're right. I think Beam Splitter Mage is a little liberal to add to that Jeskai list. There's an argument to be made, like, you know, if you have 3 colors, it's often better, instead of running 8 2-drop cards that are red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white for all 8 of them, it can be more consistent to do like half red, white, half red, blue. You have distributed mana, so you should have distributed casting costs. Jail Claude Felter says, wait, did they change Planeswalker name rule? Yeah, yeah. It's only identical copies for legendaries. It's really nice. I think it's more intuitive. Torch to Black, happy 40 months. 4-0. That's the one. Let's go ahead and get rid of this before any things could possibly come down.
Reverse.
Wow, we haven't even seen a Dovin's Veto in this game. I think I like our sideboarding plan. Ah! Ah! It's a good stretch. This has been a long long match. Oh, yes. Oh, this is my kind of hand, baby. I will soon be detonating the search for Escanta. Hero of the Pretty Precinct One. Main phase Mortify. Blow it up. I actually believe there to be no counters in the opponent's deck. You know, I actually think that this is correct. Because this means that I'm going to start getting real clarity on what the best Mortify target is over the next few turns. Because, I mean, like, next turn could just be a Wilderness Reclamation, untap, pass. And then I can just Mortify and bonk. Seems good. Seems as good a plan as any. Alright. I'm actually really happy with our Hero of Precinct 1 play. Playing 2 of them first. Alright. Let's take a peek. I think this is better than playing Teferi for what it's worth, because I can always Godless Shrine and Seraph of the Scales to trigger. I think we actually just killed Tamio. Nexus of Fate doesn't really do anything that threatening against us right now. We know what the next card is. Right? I think this is the better play, because now we basically win next... whenever the fuck our next turn is, we win. Alright. So there's now 6 in the graveyard. Well, this will allow the search for Escanta to flip, but there needs to be a really precise sequence of cards, because it's going to go like land, Nexus, end the turn, land, Kefnet, Wilderness Reclamation, in that order. My opponent has 5 land. God, it's so hard for me to think. In my head, I'm like, well, the search for Escanta's flipped, so there's your 7th land. No, our opponent has 5, and then can play a 6th. Alright, nice. Was it a little too cruel that we made our Nexus opponent just play out in game number 1 to actually kill us? Discovering that the win condition was just to return everything from the hand. Was that a little bit too cruel? Too cruel for school? Maybe it seems fair. Alright, Mr. Bishop. Show me what you got, my dude. I think this is about to be few painful minutes of my life right now. This mid-range Esper feels very good. Oh, yes, Mr. Bishop, welcome. God.
I know my responsibility.
Get out of here. Bounce and draw. Yeah, that's your green mana. It's all yours. I'll never take it from you. Dude, Teferi Time Raveler is the absolute tooth kicker. It's the tooth kicker of the Neth of the Fate deck. Oh, you think I'm scared about losing my 1/1, son? God, I don't give a damn about that little token. I recognize and understand and appreciate your decision-making process, Mr. Bishop. Do I get it? I do. Quick question. Show me what you got. Pray. I want Mr. Bishop to win now. Palaka worm, huh?
This might be a bad idea.
We gotta swing. Next turn, our opponent is going to play Ravenous Chupacabra to kill the Hero of Precinct One. So it's effectively dead on the board, so we may as well swing it up on in. No, it can't be. Why did my opponent not play a land first? LeMayo. LeMayo. Snoring Sorin.
I did not start this fight, but I will finish it. I require your body.
I require your body. Nah, just chill. It looks like someone who's late to class. We're trading here like 1,000%. Got him. Bonk. Badonk bonk. Our opponent is meandering ever closer. Vampire Sovereign. Oh, baby. Also down. I think I'm actually just going to return this one to the hand. Excuse me. I will be sending you home. I really want this land, dude. You hear me? I said I really want that land.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Land, maybe? Land one time? Damn. This player. Bam! The weak feed the strong. That's control in a nutshell, right? Well, this is mid-range. Kinda a little bit of an awkward hand here, but you know, what are you gonna do? Oh, please tell me there is yet more Fibble Fippin from Mr. Bish.
Trust me, I have a plan.
I'm so shitty at my job. Oh yeah, we always self-mill. That's the absolute best play with this particular deck. Because Sorin brings things back from the graveyard, so we want more and better juicy graveyard targets. And we have a very clear ordering for this turn too. We look. We remove whatever is particularly threatening. Vivian's Arcbow. Yeah, good lord, get out of here. Probably don't need this. Deputy of Detention. Summons more. Goodbye, my Palaka friend. Shoot this. Whatever.
Here goes nothing.
Bing, bang, bong. It was a good looking board. I like how this board looks. Oh, yeah, main phasing it. Oh, hell yeah. Well, I mean... Get that one out of there. I'm gonna +1 this and do this.
Don't worry, I got this.
Yeah, I mean, we're winning the game.
Right on. You know what? I'm not done yet.
We are doing it. We are doing it. So we have some creature-based deck, so we don't want the Dovins. Duress seems kind of useless. I think Time Wipe, Enter the God Eternals seem kind of useful. Time Wipe, Enter the God Eternals. I think the Teferi Time Raveler is not necessary. And I think I do like Liliana here. I think I really do like Liliana in this matchup. Now the question is, do we want to work in Vraska's Contempts? They seemed a little low to the ground, and I didn't see any Planeswalkers, so... Why is the background music so dramatic? Do you mean the background music or the background that we hear on the outside? By the way, everyone, you are my fire, my one desire. Believe when I say Blink 18,260,000 says, "Hey Sean, have you seen the new VR game-based gym that opened in SF? It's pretty tight." I haven't seen it. I will say that that's the most San Francisco-ass thing I've ever heard. You rent a scooter, ride to the gym, one that was kick-started by all the nearby residents, mind you, and then you go in, put on your VR headset, exercise in a virtual environment with all the necessary amenities, at which point you can drink from the faucet, which imports water from Fiji, and head over to the bar that they have, because of course craft beer is a pretty common thing to add. What? Kitesail Freebooter is annoying, for sure. I think we just chuck the negate, though. Perfect. So Kitesail Freebooter is forced to tuck this card briefly. What, I mean, what is this doing here? It's so weird. By the way, general deck building rule, if you're a 3-color deck, you are disallowed from running double cost that are cheap. If you are like 3-color and you're running a Carnage Tyrant that's 4 of any color and 2 green, then you're okay. The reason being, this Merfolk Trickster has such a small likelihood of being cast consistently. Damn, fuck, shit, whoa, yeah. What? Yeah! You are my fire. He goofed. He whoopsie-daisied. And we've never done that on Day 9 TV. It's okay. I feel a sense of solidarity with Mr. Bishop, because Mr. Bishop made a misplay that's hilarious, and then also ran Palaka Worm. So I mean, Mr. Bishop just... I mean, I guess it's not the most beautiful hand I've ever seen. I wonder if this player actually is Boros. Alright, would anyone like to revel some time? I don't know if you've ever visited one of my towns and get their city. Hero of Precinct One or Hero of Precinct Everyone.
Day for justice. I will lend you my strength.
No blocks. We do see red. So this is a Mardu control. It's got to be a Mardu control deck, doesn't it? I think it does. I do declare.
I'll show restraint.
Send it back.
Oh,
so our little 1/1s can do a lot of work just delaying the game. I think I actually do want to bonk Gideon. I always forget that you can just attack a Gideon, man.
I've fought worse.
Yeah, I've fought worse. We're actually gonna wait a brief moment and just see what Harrod is gonna do. Because I mean, I think blocking nothing here is fine. This already replaced itself, so that's good.
You just let me know if you're ready for round 2.
Yeah, that's right. I'm doing this. Double block, double pay 8 for Adanto is an excellent trade. I'll happily trade my Hero of Precinct 1 that's already generated some nice value for 8 health. Woo! Alright, it's 3:36 and I'm almost done with lunch.
You fight dirty.
Main phase Despark. Whoa. I feel about 3-color rule applying to Rekindling Phoenix and
Believe
Graces.
in you, friend.
Seems fine. Just have to make sure you have a skew towards red. But it's really like the 2-3 mana cost things that are tricky pickles. Lifelinks. Cute. This card is so good against control. Shit. We essentially have one play.
I can no longer stand by and watch.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There's a lot of land. Now, I actually don't have a good read on Herod T's deck. So, I guess this is more like a mid-range beater, huh?
I believe
No. So I think Time Wipe's going to be good. Probably want some Vraskas. Probably want to cut the Dovins. Want to cut the Teferis. Oh, little Teferi. Ow. Ooh. Now, what could I even do to live? Draw a land. Could. You read that it was control was bizarre? I don't think so. Well, a more slowish red deck. Or a more slowish Mardu deck. Looks more like a mid-rangey guy. Maybe a little more extreme to stay control, yeah. Let's see here. Probably these. I think Tyrant Scorn is going to be... I feel like I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut those. So that way I can get another Enter the God Eternals. Oh, where's our Teferis? Get out of here, Teferi. I think I do want these guys in this. I think Despark actually does have some value. Maybe I want one Tyrant Scorn, actually. That feels a little better. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Patrick. You're right. Oh, that's a bunch of pricey shit. Good luck. Good luck to your friend, Sean. Alright, so probably Hero of Precinct One. So our opponent appears to be someone who wants to kill me as quickly as possible. But how quickly is quickly? Man, these are good-ass fucking cards. I'm not super thrilled about this card. About playing the Thief of Sanity. So I think I actually just block this Knight of Grace here, because I actually think that I am the defensive one. Enter the God Eternals is really nice. Okay, so we're gonna take a peek. Fuck. Jesus. God, this is like so many anti-control cards. I mean, I guess I get this guy out. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the one that we do want, but like... Maybe we can get like, well, Cast Down's actually pretty helpful. 1000% I do this. Great. Alright. Alright, thank you. Under the God Eternals, target a creature, target this player. Alright, so this is pretty good now. Mr. Benali is probably the best one there. I mean, we're taking 9 damage. Alright, goodbye, Teferi. You mean to mill yourself? We always mean to mill ourselves with this deck. We always mean to mill ourselves with this. -X on Sorin. Nice. Really good. Let's see what we get though. See what the roll is. Fate smiles upon me in this game. Dexterathon. Dexterathon with the 5 sub gifties. Thanks, Dexterathon. Rico Romano, Kiwi Splat. Thuris 4Z. Y'all got subs now. Thief of Sanity is so mediocre in these sorts of situations. So mediocre. Only just now that we're turning the corner thanks to my God Eternal pal. Yeah, I mean, we're 1,000,000% doing this. This player mills, please. JTS is me. Gifted 5-2 to Untility. JTS is me. Gifting those 5s. JTS is me. I still didn't respond to your email, man. JTS is me. Emailed me about cheesecake. I hate to say this. But I'm gonna say it out loud because I want to be honest with you. JTS is me. I've just had work that is higher priority than cheesecake. I hate to admit. I hate to admit it. Oh, JTS and me just subbed one more. To get Champster 101. Now at 111. I think I actually need this double Despark to go against the this time wipe might be mediocre. I'm actually going to cut the time wipe, which might seem insane, but like think about the creatures that are there. The Kindling Phoenixes, Adanto Vanguards, Gideon Blackblade. What do you think of Gideon Blackblade? Asks Dexterathon. I think that it. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it because we have 3 mana sources. We have all our mana covered. We have a turn 2 play. We have 2 very strong turn 4s against this particular deck, and if we draw almost any 3-drop, we are in Get There City. You know what I mean? But anyways. I think Gideon Blackblade is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's okay. It's extremely polarizing, though. Very good against control, very bad against control. For that reason, I call him okay. He's like a very good... He's like a sideboard all-star. fuck. I actually really think I maybe cannot deal with that. I think I say no here. And, I mean, it's looking a lot like a Seraph of the Scales here. This is like an opportunity to trade here, which I think is quite strong. Desmark said, would sideboarding in Gideon's 4 Benalias make it more aggro? Actually, that's best day 9 TV. I'm actually kind of happy to see this, because I would prefer that my opponent did not apply any more stress to the board. So, I mean, it's pretty clearly going to be a Seraph of Scales time. We're going to trade here. So we'll be taking 8, going to 8. But then I'll have a couple 1/1s as chumpers, and then we can probably approach our way towards Liliana, Dreadhorde General. Hexproof from black, man, that's so good. I would rarely want any reason to take History of Benalias out of the deck. I'd rather just run both, you know. Okay, this is okay. Alright, so I'm going to try to work my way towards Liliana Dreadhorde General. I can only cast 1 removal spell next turn if I don't draw a land, so I don't really see a compelling reason for me to throw away, or a reason for me to hold on to the Mortify, because I already have a Vraska's Contempt. Again, I'm really looking for Liliana Dreadhorde General. Just super clear block here. Again, 2 super clear blocks, like this. Now, if I let this through... I think I have to do it like this, so that way I have the maximum chump ability next turn. Super fine. Farts. But I still think this is the best play. Maximum chump ability. Alright. So if our opponent swings out, I think that's a mistake. Yeah, because, like, now I get to eat this. Obviously going to chump, or do this and do this, but now we can actually double block like this. And then our opponent loses most of the stuff. Herod T does not appear to really have combat tricks in the deck. And see now, if I draw a land, the whole board gets nuked. I'm swinging with one of them. This is about what we got. I have to swing with just one because I need to ensure that I can block. Can't block with this or else it'll die and then the Knight of Grace will return. Boy, am I smart. Kyle Day 9 is a smarty petardy. This is looking better. This is looking better. You can pay for life if you want. That's game.
I require servants. Your court.
So now that I have this deputy out, like, once the board got under control, we don't even need to do the sacrifice 2 creatures. We can just create endless zombie tokens. And then whenever our opponent swings with the Adonto Vanguard, we block with a zombie token. Hey, this is a nice way to hit diamond.
Rise.
Alright. Alright! Yeah! Midrange Esper is like so good! I am my fire. Your one desire. Believe. This hand is bad. Patrick JRM says, tell me why. Well, honestly, ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Oh, tell me why. This song's great, man. Yeah. Come on, me. You are my fire, my one desire. Lobster Shrub says that song makes no damn sense to me. Yeah. Oh, what's the song? Oh yeah, I don't remember who sings this, but it's the I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Do you guys know the song I'm talking about? I don't care who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. Let's get the Flappy Slayer out of here, man, huh? Yes. Is that Backstreet Boys? Yeah, it's like no, I like, you know, in my relationships, I care very specifically about who she is. I do care who she is. Because, I mean, what if she's 3 dogs stacked on top of each other wearing a trench coat? I want to know that before I commit. It's a merfolk bro walker. Ah, shits. Bin it. Yeah. I don't care who you are. Why? Where you're from. Kind of makes sense. I don't care what you did. Is this a criminal? As long as you love me. Egg rolling. No, don't do it. No. Ooh, who?
No sword can pierce my behold!
Oh, farts. I did it. It's my dragon. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Listen to them. A dragon would rather die than lose.
Whenever a creature attacks you or each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. Man, sick. Man, sick. I actually think Gruul dumpsters us, maybe? Oh, what? Chandra.
Over here. Sit back and watch it burn.
So we're gonna go to 2. Let me, you know, I mean, I am 100% balls. I am balls incarnate. Oh, we said, oh, wait. I think I just lost us the game. Well, no, that actually lets us live a little bit more. Yes. Alright, I did it.
It's just gonna be bad for
Don't
you.
care what you did. Oh God, please love me. Oh jeez. So I can't win? So I really need like a deputy, I guess, is the only thing that lets us live. Alright, well that doesn't do it, so that's good. Because I can like do this, but I actually think I don't want to like do that. Like this. So if this gets a -7, it -7s itself and then deals 7 damage to me. Farts. Okay. Farts. Farts. Why wouldn't you want to kill the Spellbreaker one? Yeah, because Chain Whirler would have just killeronied us. I do think the Desparks are going to be good. I do think the Enter the God Eternals will be good. What do I think about Vraska's Contempt? Well, we definitely don't want Teferi time, verily. This deck's like quite fast, so Vraska's and a Vraska's. I think Teferi Hero Dominaria is the trim here, man. I want to have as much snickety snatch. Snickety snatch! Name of Secrets is Trample, what a lovely keyword. Right. Krill says he never wants to hear you say you want it that way. Gosh, it's so hard to not be halfway through that sentence to not want to break into song. Time, my pro-life's, I think, drastically too slow. Do I want to play first? I don't know. Do I? Ah, come on, me. You know what? I don't care about this game. We're going to keep the one-lander, and if we just whiff, we're going to concede, because we just up-ranked, so we cannot lose stars at this rank. I don't care. I don't give a damn, dude. I'm here to win. Streamer Lux is Shotgun Noob 1337. Listen, Shotgun Noob, you have no idea how fucking embarrassing. Oh, God! Come on! Come on! Why did I have to read your comments, Shotgun Noob? God! Ah, fucking ball sacks, man. Get me out of this game. Alright, I guess we did have one pip to lose. Just... Sorry to children who are watching right now. I apologize. I should not have just shouted his genitalia directionlessly. I like to think that I'm not mean. I don't call people bad words, but I typically do use bad words. Yeah, I really like this mid-range list. Scipio323 says, so is this the opposite of a meta deck then? I actually think this deck is just on meta. It's on meta. It's Hirune Horo. Ooh, Day 9 used a big bad word. Oh my god. You run that Nexus. I hope you break your solar plexus. Leave when I say, I hope I ruin your day. Tell me why. Bam. Tell me why. Banksy says, do you think it will take a spot of meta mid-range over Sultai? I'm pretty... I think I'm an above-average player, but I definitely don't believe that I'm sufficiently skillful to make any such evaluation about like what meta trends are going to be. Do you know what I mean, my dude? This island is so cool. And then I'm going to keep drawing, I'm going to keep drawing, and I'll keep drawing.
I am not.
Go home, Nexus of Fate. You're drunk now. Muerto-fi! How does Time Raveler work in this deck? No instance. Few things. Each opponent can cast spells only anytime they could cast a sorcery. It protects your board from removal spells and counter spells. So good for that. What spells do we have that are sorcery speed? Enter the God Eternals is a significant one. Mortify is not. Vraska's Contempt is not. It's really just Enter the God Eternals. This +1's kind of irrelevant, but the -3 to bounce and draw a card, plus having this protection, is fantastiquement. Give me that +1. Always use your P-Walkers first. Bang, bang, boom. The threats grow slowly by more and more over time. Abrescently says, doesn't Teferi just win this matchup on its own? Unfortunately, math. If Villain plays...
Let us see if... I noticed...
What's your naming? I know I got it, so please, where is it? Oh, Wilderness Reclamation. LM... Fucking Ayo. I hope I ruin your day.
I've got it.
Oh. I'm gonna plippity-plop this one down and leave that nickety mana up. We're very close to victory, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to bonk. Like, if a lot of Nexus decks run some sort of bounce effects, like Blink of an Eye, or the return to your hand and amass 1, whatever the heck that thing's called. This island is just so cool. Farts. And then I'm gonna look for Wilderness Reclamation, and then I'm going to play Wilderness Reclamation. And then when I untap, I'll be able to get myself an extra thingy to do. Also, Blast Zone is a really nice way to nuke Teferi. How long on stream today? Sagek, I'm doing until 7.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
I want it! You know, I think that I'm actually about 10% obnoxious. I think that's true. I think I'm willing to admit that to everyone. Mortifies get to... Whoa! What? Whoa, I'm sorry. I had a stroke for a second. I think maybe like 10% obnoxious, but I think you, like, get permission to do that. You know, you get permission to be at least a little bit obnoxious because, you know, we're having a fun time. We're against Nexus. Faithful Nexus. I'm gonna go for maximum Answerage. I'm at 10%. Yeah. Oh my god, well. What do we have here? It looks like a Hero of Precinct Fun and some Mortifies. Wow. You know what would have been just the stone cold nuts is if we peeled a Duress off the top and I'm like, show me what you got. Hero of Precinct 1, Mortify. Streamer luck. Ah, god, I recently learned that I have what's known as streamer luck. I think the Isolated Chapel is looking awfully good today. Days Macarena says the only time you went 100% obnoxious was that story time about the TV show that took 20 minutes and it ended in a single pun. Yeah, that was a really good one. No plate like chrome for the Hollorays. In response on turn 2, I growth spiral. A likely maneuver. Don't wanna hear you. Oh my god, Skybills. Skybills, speed run and famousness. Skybills, welcome to my Nexus of Fate dismantling stream. What a bastard! No! You know what? I don't give a damn. Let me repeat myself on the next turn. This is my Nexus of Fate dismantling stream. I have an Arch of Vraska. Oh, look. It's a search for his Contempt. I'm gonna untap. Really? Skybills, what have you been up to? It's been a while. I mean, like, literally playing Magic the Gathering Arena. That's literally what I've been up to, and it is tight. Carnage Tyrant? I mean, I guess, like... I mean, yeah, if you want to run a Carnage Tyrant, I guess you get to run a Carnage Tyrant, you know? I mean, given that my deck goes wide... So... Alright. Nope, no attacks. You can hang out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's possible to get the cities blossoming. Man. Dude, I wanna... Oh god, that's such bad news for us. Nope. The reason this is a surprising choice to me is that this does not actually, like, stop us specifically that much. As long as it's not a Nexus of Fate again. Because then I can, like, Duress Mortify, and that'll really hurt. My turn. Yeah. Here we go. Show me what you got. Yeah! I think... Mortification commencing. No card draw for you, my friendo. So we're hitting for 5. The next turn, we'll hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, you know, probably Deputy of Detention, whatever's played. The Deputy of Detention stays back to block the Carney T. You know, pretty straightforward. That was very sweet of you to say, Skybills. That was a lot of fun, that Mythic Invitational, man. That was a lot of damn fun. Okay. Negate's very possible here. No big deal if it does happen. Because I'm going to cast both anyways. I stopped to read just to make sure it says exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Good, good, good. So now we're going to play this. We're just going to see what the Renee Hero does. Basically, it's just fog that we'd be concerned about here. Yeah. Seems reasonable a play as any. Nexus of Fate beats us. Yep. We could also have held our dude back for Carney T, but I like to bring the noise. I don't really think we need to do much different. I don't think we need to do much different. Plausibly we just wait, but the longer we wait against Nexus decks, Zverse. I will say Carnage Tyrant is a little weird of a board choice against us, because one of the best ways to kill a Carnage Tyrant is just to block it. But we're going to wind up with quite a lot of blockers. Despark's nice, Thought Erasure's perfect. This is a pretty grand hand. So I mean, it's not awful, obviously, as it just murdered us, but it's just not exceptional. So I'm just not really going to be too terribly worried about it. Turn 2 Thought Erasure into turn 3 Thief of Sanity is just a beating. Okay. It's a very bold keep from our opponent. That's tricky. I mean, I guess the negate. I guess the negate is the one we just get out of there. Perfect. Perfect. So I mean, we already know what this turn is gonna hold. Okay. No land. Completely land screwed. Perfect. See what we get. You know, could be a negate. Opponent seems a little screwed on the land. Opponent seems a little screwed on the land. So, given that our opponent appears to be in an uncomfortable position where they're looking for stuff, I want to remove their ability to draw.
I'll protect you.
So this could get a little annoying, but, you know, I would not be surprised if our opponent was just stuck on 3. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got this.
Alright, let's see what we get. Let's take this really cool looking island. Man. I think I just have to do this to make sure I can hit my land drops. Which does give Hirune here Horo the opportunity to get there.
Let us have a storied battle worth retelling.
Just gonna deputy this.
No tale should be discarded.
Always do this first.
I've got time.
I think I want to just exile the Nexus of Fates, right? There's still 39 cards in the deck. I think we just... So this goes into exile. I rarely want to use this. Now, the thing is that we can cast... I think that this is a better play.
I am not going to... Let's skip to the good part.
Do we despark this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just get the hell out of here, man.
I will not stand for such violence.
I'm gonna stand for such violence. Slight worries if Wilderness Reclamation comes down, but I think it's more likely that it's just gonna be a Carnage Tyrant. Okay. Alright, so, first things first. Our opponent's tapped out, so we can do this a little bit comfortably. Alright, we're going to take these Wilderness Reclamations. Wilderness Reclamation is there, and I have one right here. So that helps us a little bit. Okay, I need to think through this very carefully. Because I think I actually do want to play this. Right? Alright, I think this is right. So let's just take a peek at what we can get. I think I'm just going to +1 this.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Alright, done. So now with this play, there's a chance that I can get multiple Nexus of Fates going. Alright. Okay, so I think what I need to do is I need to draw one first.
We need to move quickly.
Then I'm gonna -3 and submit 0.
Here we go.
That's what we want, baby. Oh, baby. Maybe these non-shock lands. Let's just take a peek first. So we get the Nexus, because we have an answer to this, and we have an answer to that. So that stays. Okay. So now we have enough to block the Carnage Tyrant to make sure that Teferi can actually stay up. Right? Oh. Alright, I think we're figuring it out. I think we're gonna win the video game. I love that this is not a video game and I get to call it the video game because kind of it's like a video game. And we let this resolve.
Life waxes and wanes.
Alright, so our opponent will First I was like, I did do it right, right? Yeah. We got it. I own that trigger. I will decline to take that action.
find my notes helpful.
Dude, we got this. This is on lockdown.
No, I am not making this up as I go. You know what? I'm not done yet.
Shut up. Shut up. All right. All right, everyone. Ooh. Oh. Nexus of Fate. Yes. So I will state something that I said before to encourage all of you. I think Courage of Tyrant is probably not the right one to board in versus that deck, because I can just block the Carnage Tyrant. Like, if I was more of a control deck that had, like, no board, then I'd be like, oh god. Then I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. We're gonna get against, like, mono red aggro, and I'm gonna be like, well, that's game, thanks for watching. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never want. I think I'm dead. Cause we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart. Death. Dude, I am dead. I am D dead. D dead.
I know my responsibility. I've got it.
Seraph Scales. An anonymous gifter gave Librarian Games a tier 1 sub. Oh my god. I hate hope. So we are against a deck that is very similar to our deck. I don't think Teferi Time Raveler is actually that useful here. Dovin's Veto seems like maybe the wrong way to go. I think I'd want to just get more value, more efficient removal-y cards. I'm actually going to put the 2 Lilianas in there. I mean, this seems pretty good. You know, part of me wants to try to eke in Vraska's Contempts, but I think a pair of Desparks is pretty good. A pair of Desparks. Couldn't we just Deputy that Hostage Taker? Yeah, but then the Teferi would bounce the Deputy, which would then retake the Seraph of Scales, and then, you know, we'd be sort of like running around in circles. And upon bouncing the Deputy of Detention and then retaking the Seraph Scales, and you can cast the Seraph Scales. So, I mean, it's just, woo, baby, is it a big pain in the butt. Ah, yes. WGP Sanghaeli says, with the next What the Deck, are you playing with the Ascendancy or the Revel Enriches? I am Revel Enriches. Professor Knox Live is the Simic Ascendancy. Ugh. This is a sneak keep. What's the unmoored ego do in the sidebar? That's for our good old friend, the Nexus of Fiat. I'm going to bash. What even is this? Probably just making sure you have time to cancel if you didn't mean to do it. Rocket013 says, anyone have tips? On a deck to grind rank? I was leaning just doing mono white, but not quite sure. Rocket, I like mono white, mono red. I like Gruul a lot, but I think at the end of the day, just, you know, playing a deck that you enjoy a bunch, it's going to be pretty effective.
I've done the hero
within reason, right? If you're, I want to play all the cards with the letter J in them. Like, you know, it's not a deck. Hate my hand. Bloody Orchid says, for the next What the Deck, does Nox have to win with the alternate win condition? Nope. You don't have to win with the alternate win condition, because that would be stupid. If I'm at 1 and I'm like, haha, you cannot attack me, because then you don't win with the alternate win condition. I'm gonna hurt him. Let me... I did it. The only restriction for the all-win condition decks is that they contain 4 copies of each of the weirdos. BP Palm Robot says, but personally I just think cranial extraction cards are the single most overboarded type of cards in the game played. Wait, is it cranial extraction? I thought it was surgical extraction. Those are just 2 different cards. Alright, yeah. Cranial Extraction was first, I believe. Yeah, you probably know better than I do. I'm not a big, I hate playing against people who are doing the same thing as me. Mirror matchups. Boo. Bad. No. Alright. I'll show you what I got. What? Yeah, what? Hallowed Fountain. Laughman99 says, hey, remember the conversation from Friday night about the proposal? Well, she said yes! Congratulations, Laughman. Laugh Man right now is engaged as fuck. Look at how almost married Laugh Man is. Alright, Laugh Man, the topic of conversation is what happened to the proposal? What even went down? What even is? Like, what happened? What were you like, darling, I want you to be Laugh Woman 99? And she was like, oh, Laugh Man 99. Oh, it's so romantic, I don't know what to do. Here comes Sorin, Vengeful, countered guy. Alright. Time for a drink. Come on, hit me with a Laugh Man 99. Holy cow, we're getting owned. Alright, Laugh Man, you better tell us. It better be less than a tweet's length. This is 2019, man. You are so shuffled away. In 3 turns, I'll see you again. This is bad. Name of Secret says, does anyone else have the issue where they can't use MS Word anymore after learning LaTeX? I developed an allergy personally. Yeah, dude, LaTeX is the dopamist. I think we might actually be winning. I love LaTeX. I haven't used LaTeX since college, man. LaTeX was the best. I was like out of control competent with that shit. Alright, I'm stuck in hell. Nice, the hero's here. Yes. LaTeX is just beautiful, man. Oh, the plugins for that? Oh, shit, yeah. Show me what you got. Those all shit on us pretty hard, huh? Get that land out of the way. Alright, this is what I have. Yeah, LaTeX is it's basically like a super advanced word processor. It's like halfway between programming and word processing. It's amazing.
Defy the design. Truth lies beyond vision.
I'm gonna look something up. Let's see here. The Asian Avenger. Stream Decker. Perfect. There's a deck we're gonna steal from Asian Avenger here. It's really weird. It's like superlatively freaking weird. Ah, perfect. Yes. So we're up against a Controlly Olio. Tyrant, Scorn? Probably not. Mortify? Maybe. Vraska's Contempt? Yas. Duress? Uh-huh. Despark? You know it. How many vetoes? A Dovin's worth. Time Wipe? How'd you get in there? Sorin, Vengeful, Bloodlord? Probably not. Do I want to get Liliana in there? Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, not the Isolated Shop. Alright. Any of you know the gentleman by the name of the Asian Avenger, the streamer? Great streamer, super enthusiastic, super cheerful, absolutely inflappably optimistic, even when getting shit on. In the game. Getting shit on in the game. Was running a mono green Tron deck. It was wild. We're maybe gonna rock it out a little bit here. A Thief of Sanity. Rocket013 says, have you played Dreadhorde Invasion yet? Will it play well? I tried to make it work for a day, all on stream, and killed myself with it non-stop. Ooh, that Despark's pretty nice. Hello! Wah. Dude, this thing is so tight. Oh, look at this laugh, man. Told you about the proposal. Thanks for pinging me, Bloody Orchid. Who's gonna be coming back? Laughman said, I skipped my Saturday class. Went with her mom to get ring. Then when I came home, I knocked on the door, and she opened up to me on my knee with the ring out. Oh my god, did she cry? Did she sob? Did she weep? Did I weep? Yes, I did. It's a Thief of Sanity. Laughman says, LOL, she and I both cried. LOL, somehow surprised her after dating for 6+ years. Yes, Laughman. That's how it's done, Laughman. I think we might actually win if we draw like a removal. Vigilance. Bam. Alright, Ritual of Soot. What do you think? I think it's Ritual of Soot. That is so not good for us. Oh, fuck. Well, I mean, this turn's actually quite painful for a buddy. Alright, it's gonna have to be a lot of trading going on. And I shall make it so. This is looking good. Rematch says, hey Dan, I just saw an article about a recent paper proving that MTG is as hard as the halting problem. Do you have any thoughts on the game theory implications of this and the solvability or lack thereof of MTG by people or AIs? I actually don't know too much about the halting problem. I just don't know too much about it, so I can't speak to that. But like, I mean, I think that Magic is Okay, so that's fine. We're all fine with this. Oh, right. You can just bounce it. Farts. Wow, I completely forgot about that. I think we're dead. I think we died. Hi. Hello. 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 I'm just going to concede out. Come here. Hello. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is Despy the cat.